It's Rich back with you. I'm sitting today in the cockpit of a 58 Baron, which we have for sale, and it's got a couple of squawks on it that we had it in a pre-buy, and we're trying to work a couple of squawks off of it. So I'm gonna take it on a flight, verify a couple of things, take you along for the ride. Quick video. 58 Baron obviously is a very popular general aviation airplane, piston twin, 200 knots, nice seating. It's got the same fuselage as a Bonanza, and then a couple of this one has the 550s on it. Some of the early ones had 520s on it. Great airplane, you know, 200 knot cruise speed. I think this airplane has somewhere in a range of a 1,500 pound useful load. But I've always been a big fan of Barons. I kind of cut my teeth on multi-engine flying back in a early 58 Baron, which had kind of a different power lever, prop, and mixture quadrant. 1984, I believe, is when they changed to the newer configuration. And I think this airplane's been in production since like the early 60s. So as I said, it's a very popular piston twin. It's got great single engine performance, good useful load. The normally aspirated versions, you know, in cruise, you can figure about, you know, 14, 15 gallons an hour per engine. So say 25 to 30, depending on your power setting. And just a really great flying airplane. And of course, you can buy a new, it's G58 Baron with, you know, the G1000 NXI avionics and some new upgrades with the air conditioning system and interior. But in terms of performance and all that, it's basically the same airplane. So anyway, I'm going to crank this up and we're going to go for a quick maintenance flight, and I'll take you along for the ride.
Going to ground. Good day, Plan 36.
Clearance Baron 323 Lima Mike, Quebec, Pacific Air Center for 30 full length.
Baron 323 Lima Mike, Long Beach, clearance, contact ground for taxi.
Roger. Ground Baron 323 Lima Mike, Pacific Air Center, taxi.
Baron 3 Lima Mike, Long Beach ground, runway 30, taxi via Foxtrot Delta.
30 Foxtrot Delta, 323 Lima Mike. So this airplane's pretty typically equipped for a lot of, you know, this vintage Barons. This has the Avidyne Flight Max multifunction display. I think that's the EX500, 430 WAS, second 155 King Navcom. Does have an ADS-B transponder, Garmin, and a second transponder. And the KFC 200 autopilot, which is, you know, it's an old autopilot, but they do pretty well. That's one of the squawks we have on this airplane. Is the autopilot is not behaving 100%. Works good, it just doesn't capture altitude. This one has the altitude capture pre-select mode installed. This autopilot didn't originally come with pre-select, and then they upgraded. So we'll dial in 3,500 and we'll arm it. And but what's happening is it levels, but then once it gains speed, it's not trimming it down. The airplane climbs. We've got an EGT discrepancy here as well, and prop sync is having a few problems. So we're going to check those out so we can give the mechanics some video and a good squawk list, and try to get this stuff worked off before it gets sold. And we're taxiing out to Long Beach 30.
Number 7 Tango Sierra, free change approved. Frequency change approved, 7 Tango Sierra.
323 Lima Mike's ready at 30 for a left turn at the river.
November 323 Lima Mike, Long Beach Tower, wind variable at 4, runway 30, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 30, 323 Lima Mike.
Catalina 91, free change approved.
Great.
looks good. Airspeed's alive. Positive rate, gears coming up.
November 3307 Echo, follow the Cessna on the upwind, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, follow the Cessna 3307 Echo.
It's 2525 and then the props. And I always set prop RPMs by ear. These prop syncs in these older airplanes, really in any twin, they're you can't just turn them on and expect them to, you know, sync the props up. In my experience anyway, they've always been a little finicky. Like we're clear left. Now I'll turn it on. Turn the prop sync on. I've been kind of dancing around on us. You can see, I don't know if you can see on the video or not, but yeah, moving around. Just gonna leave it on. The props don't get out of sync, so not really the props getting that crazy. It just looks like they're getting some electric interference.
November 3 Lima Mike, frequency change approved.
3 Lima Mike, roger. So there's 3,000, I'm gonna hit arm.
Seminole,
I'm gonna go heading mode in the autopilot here.
Request taxi 26
Heading.
Seminole 26 X-ray, continue
And yaw damper and autopilot's on
taxi
now.
26 X-ray.
So really what we should see here is a
Beechcraft 136, run up complete.
Flint 36.
a level off at 3,500 armed. Should go into altitude hold here. It's pushing the nose down, but the trim is not trimming. It did a pretty good job of capturing 3,500, but it's just not able to hold it as the airplane accelerates. However, going down,
Left traffic, takes off a Tango.
see if it does a better job
We are 1,100 feet, we're reporting.
capturing on the way down. Seems to do a better job capturing altitude from on the way down. And so now, so that's one squawk we verified. Prop sync we verified. It's pretty synced up right now. I turned the prop sync on and the RPM. Yeah, they're not as bad now. Yeah, there it goes. You got movement on the RPM needles. With the prop sync off, they're solid. And then on fuel flows, so we got, I'm going to match up the fuel flows at about 16 gallons an hour here. So the EGTs are off. They're close.
November 1 Charlie Alpha, continue.
So that's settled in a little better. It's holding altitude really good. Picking up a heading. Doing a nice job there. Hunting a little bit on the altitude. So I've seen what I need to see. I'm going to take a heading back and we'll do a practice ILS in the 30 in Long Beach. SoCal Baron 323 Lima Mike.
November 323 Lima Mike, SoCal, go ahead.
Hey, we're just north of the Queen Mary at 3,500 descending with Quebec at Long Beach. Request a practice ILS to 30.
Lima Mike, squawk 0217, maintain VFR.
0217 and we'll maintain VFR 323 Lima Mike. So I'm going to use 20 inches in the descent.
Contact 20 miles south of Seal Beach, flighting 040 vectors ILS. Altitude your discretion. Say your current altitude.
We're at a 3,000, descending on 1,600 and 040 on the heading for 3 Lima Mike. So I'm going to arm 1,600 here. And the only way to set a descent with this autopilot is with pitch on the flight director. We had a 15,000 hour Baron one time that was in a flight school that we bought for resale, and I was amazed. With 15,000 hours, the airplane, you couldn't tell. It flew solid. It was just a really great flying airplane with 15,000 hours. That says a lot about these airframes. Beech has always made really good, solid, quality airplanes. So we got a flaps approach and gear caret here on the airspeed indicator. So when we level off, should be capturing now. There's altitude hold at captured 1,600. So I got the localizer set here because it's driving the HSI CDI. Now we're back at our gear and flap speed. The autopilot did a pretty good job of holding altitude. This Baron has wingtip winglets on it as well.
Charlie Alpha clear.
I'll go ahead and put out some approach flaps.
Hello, approach 460 Mike Charlie is with you out of 6.
It's ballooning us up on the autopilot a little bit. Let's see how it does.
460 Mike Charlie, SoCal approach, roger. We're 3 Lima Mike, 5 miles from Gunny, turn left heading 330, maintain VFR. Practice approach approved, no separation services provided, present airspeed until Gunny.
330 to join, cleared for the practice ILS 30 and present airspeed all the way to Gunny. 323 Lima Mike.
3 Lima Mike, you full stopping?
A-firm.
Roger.
Okay, so now I'm going to hit the approach button on the autopilot. Approach is armed. And let's see how this thing does. Fuel's on full, pumps are on low, got flaps approach, and I'm within my gear speed. Prop sink's off. Did come back down to 1600 after it ballooned a little bit. Okay, we're coming up on a localizer. Here comes the capture. Pretty typical on these older autopilots to hunt around a little bit for it. Glide slopes up here on the HSI.
For 3 Lima Mike, contact Long Beach Tower, 119.4, see ya.
3 Lima Mike, see ya. Long Beach 323 Lima Mike for a 30 full stop.
November 323 Lima Mike, Long Beach Tower, runway 30, clear to land.
Clear to land 30323 Lima Mike. Here comes the glide slope, so I'm going to go ahead, gear speed, put the gear down about 1 knot above. Bring my power back just a little bit more. And then that puts us in the full flap range. Should get glide slope captured here. There it is. There's glide slope. And then I go to flaps full over the final approach fix. Fully configured by the final approach fix. And like a lot of them, it gets above the glide slope, but it now will start to come back down. And then I bring my power back to about 16 inches of manifold pressure. That'll keep us right about blue line over the threshold. Prop sink's off, gears down, 3 green, flaps are land.
Ground 07 Echo.
Everything else looks good. The key, in my opinion, to flying these old autopilots is don't get in a hurry to you know, turn them off or try to reset them. Just let them do what they have to do, and you can see it's doing a great job of holding the glide slope and the localizer. Just got to be patient. Don't put the missed approach altitude here. Gears down 3 green. Last check, flaps.
Long Beach Tower, Cessna.
So decision height, we should get a beeper off of the radar altimeter.
Runway 26 left, requesting left post traffic.
And that'll be my
One Charlie Alpha,
autopilot off.
left traffic, runway 26 left.
So I haven't really touched anything for a while.
Clear for takeoff.
We're a little faster than I want to be, so I'm going to bring the power back just a little.
Long Beach Tower, copter 15 Alfa Romeo is on the east breakwater for northwestbound transition. Signal help.
Still on autopilot.
5 Alpha Romeo, Long Beach Tower, transition
Right
approved.
down the front, right down the middle of the runway.
908, 5 Alpha.
There's our decision height, autopilot's off.
36 Mike, right side, request for south.
I'll put the mixtures and props up.
Traffic 10.
Gears down, last check.
Long Beach Tower,
1
South
mile.
Cherry crew, departure from flight serve will be at your own risk.
Departure from right side, South City departure, approved 7.
And I like to get about, I don't know,
And tower, Lear
100 feet of blue line, and power off in these things. Keep the nose down, just a gradual
Make a short
flare.
approach or extend downwind.
Constant flare.
For the option, traffic slowly or 5 mile final 30.
Gust of wind.
Show approach, 6 Alpha Tango.
Lear 460 Charlie Mike,
we are.
Long Beach Tower, runway 30, clear to land. Traffic's at Diamond Star, 11 o'clock and 4 miles on a short approach, landing 26 left prior to you.
Okay, cleared to land, runway 30 for 460, Mike Charlie.
Flaps coming up. Strobes off.
Baron 3 Lima Mike, exit Golf, contact ground.
3 Lima Mike off at Golf. Good, comp 2. Ground 323 Lima Mike's off at Golf for Pacific Air Center.
Baron 323 Lima Mike, Long Beach ground, taxi via Golf, Bravo, hold short of runway 26 left.
Golf, Bravo, hold short 26 left, 323 Lima Mike. This airplane had an annual, and it didn't really do much flying prior to its last annual and after its last annual. And I think a lot of these little things are as a result of not flying. Airplanes need to fly. So we're taking this airplane straight over to Tom's Aircraft, which is right down the ramp from us at Long Beach. And they're going to chase down a couple of these things, see if we can... Mainly the prop sync, I think, is all I want them to work on now. Anybody that's close to Long Beach, Tom's Aircraft is a great light general aviation, caravans, Citation Mustangs. They do a lot of really good maintenance. Got a lot of experienced guys. Go in and say hello to them if you need some maintenance on your airplane.
Inertial 5736, you're released at 13, void is off by 16, time now, 03.
Okay, we're finished with the Baron flight, and glad I was able to get a little footage in the Baron. We don't often have them around, so it's nice to be able to do a quick video on the Baron. I know I say it about a lot of planes, but the Baron's one of my favorites as far as the Piston twins go. I've flown most of them, and even though the Baron is not pressurized, it's not turbocharged, there are variants that you can get Barons. You can get a P Baron that's pressurized or a turbocharged Baron, but for whatever reason in the Baron, it's not that big of a deal to me because, you know, you can go 8,000–10,000 feet, still get 200 knots out of it. It's solid. And for a lot, coming out of Long Beach, going to Vegas, Phoenix, Sacramento, you know, a lot of the destinations that our customers go to, it's not that big of a deal. And it's a very comfortable, solid, good performing airplane. So it gets high marks from me as a good Piston twin. And just does a lot of things really well. Very solid feeling airplane. So anyway, that wraps up this video on the Baron, and we are going to be doing a flight in the Phenom 300 soon. That'll be a fun one, and so that's going to be in an upcoming video, and we're also going to do another one in the Waco back there, the biplane, purely for fun, and I'm going to try to make a good video for that one and get some air-to-air in that airplane as well. So anyway, that wraps this video up, and thanks for watching. And if you have any questions about any airplane you're thinking about buying out in the general aviation market, give me a call, an email, let me know what you're thinking, and if you want to talk about the market a little bit, I'd be happy to do that. Thanks for watching.